You may have noticed that parabens are canceled. Now, are parabens just getting a bad rap from people jumping on the social media bandwagon? Or is there more to the story? I've noticed over the last 5 years or so that more and more packages are advertising that they are paraben-free. In fact, Whole Foods has announced that parabens are no longer included on their accepted ingredient list. Yet the FDA and the CDC still insist that they're safe. Meanwhile, in 2010, Denmark full-on banned all parabens from their cosmetic and food ingredients. And the EU Cosmetic Directive, which is the most strict governing body for cosmetics, has also banned several types of parabens in their ingredients. But, to quote my mom, "You've had lots of parabens and you're fine." Am I, Mom? Really? Either way, I don't think my mom really knows what parabens are. Let's jump right in. Parabens are preservatives, and like many inventions that aided in modern living, they were invented in the 1920s. That means that we've been using parabens for almost 100 years now. Before parabens were invented, food spoilage was a big problem. It was only stopped by canning or salting foods. Think Spam. Ugh. Actually, no, I really love Spam. Shout out to all my island friends out there, you guys have the best flavors. Seriously though, without preservatives, food and cosmetic needed to be produced freshly and locally and consumed quickly. The rise of preservatives made it possible to mass produce food and cosmetics without having yeast, bacteria, and mold devour the oils and fats while it sat on the shelf. You can't have that in a global economy. Synthetic paraben preservatives became the gods of shelf life. But chemically, what are they? At the heart of the paraben is a benzene ring, which is the basic block of all of organic chemistry, and life on Earth for that matter. The benzene ring has two sides hanging off of it in the para position, an acid and a hydroxyl, thus the name p-hydroxyl benzoic acid, or PHBA. This little compound is found all over in nature. Clever bacteria make it, mold, fruits, vegetables, all make PHBA. In fact, they make this molecule as their own defense mechanism. It's in a way a preservative for the fruits and vegetables while they're growing. Blueberries, for example, have high amounts of PHBA. And there's this one really neat study that showed that the blueberries that were more mold resistant had more PHBA. In humans, we make PHBA too. When we metabolize or break down amino acids, sometimes PHBA is formed and we effortlessly pee them out. We can conclude then that parabens are natural and completely safe, right? Well, the argument happens when synthetic parabens are made, they have a little bit of drama going on in their side structures. Let's take a look at some common parabens. The most widely used is propylparaben, followed by butylparaben, then isobutylparaben and isopropylparaben. As you can see, there's a little junk in the trunk going on with the PHBA molecule. In the lab, the synthetic side chains are added on through a process called esterification. On the pro-paraben camp, they say our bodies simply pick apart these side chains, break them back into natural PHBA, and pee them out. Many people believe this reasoning is flawed, and I do too. Let me give you an example. If I tell my daughter, "You eat your broccoli," she takes her broccoli, then grabs some chocolate syrup and some sprinkles for good measure. Eats her broccoli. Gives me the wink too. Now, is that healthy? Well, yes, the broccoli is still healthy, but what about the chocolate and the sprinkles? What's her body do with that? That's what's happening with the synthetic PHBA and all these side chains that are added on in the lab. That's exactly what the anti-paraben camp is saying. What is the body doing with all these side chains? Are they excreting it out or are they accumulating? Well, some authors on the pro-paraben side say, whoa, these parabens that we're using are the same ones that are found in nature. Remember those blueberries? But I say they're not, because the ones that are in nature don't have all these side chains. There's an interesting bacteria that's a marine bacteria that placed under high pressure would make isopropylparaben. But that's it. All the other ones that are found in fruits and vegetables, those are different parabens than these synthetic ones. So what happens to all these synthetic parabens in our body if they're not breaking down? Well, that's the big hoopla that's causing all the drama. Because if they do stick around in our bodies, there's some pretty big implications. This is a big problem because research has shown that synthetic parabens resemble very closely a hormone that we use widely in our bodies. This hormone is estrogen, and it's not just for the ladies. Estrogen is used by men and women. It plays an important role in water retention, blood clotting, skin thickness, and bone formation. And in severe cases, excess estrogen will fuel and speed up estrogenic breast cancer. When did everyone start freaking out? When did we know all of this? Well, we can trace it back to 2004, when there was a widely published study about breast cancer. These scientists gathered breast cancer tissue biopsies from all around the world and analyzed them. Inside the tissue of these breast cancers, they found parabens. Now that shouldn't be such a big surprise because PHBA is everywhere. But what was a big surprise is that 62% of the time, these parabens were methylated. That means synthetic. That also means we are not breaking them down and peeing them out. And in this case, they were accumulating inside breast cancer tissue. That accumulation is something that wasn't supposed to happen. And so I would be a little nervous too. Now, the authors of this study didn't and couldn't blame parabens for causing breast cancer. They merely observed their presence and called for more studies to be done. Since then, multiple animal studies have been done that do show parabens will affect hormonal communication systems, specifically the endocrine system and the estrogenic pathways. Now, the pro-paraben side will say, whoa, we're not using that much. We're only using 0.01 to 0.03% in our cosmetics and food. There's no way that you could have the high amounts like in the animal studies. Now I think, well, if it's in everything and we're not peeing it out, then you could accumulate it into high amounts. In fact, as recently as 2018, there was a study done on men and women and their fat cells. And in this case, the researcher found that we did accumulate parabens, synthetic parabens, in our fat cells, and the concentration correlated with the patient's age. That means the older the patient, the more synthetic parabens were in their fat cells. I think that kind of proves that they do accumulate in our body. So let's summarize what we have so far. Even the pro-paraben camp agrees that high levels of synthetic parabens can cause hormone disruption. 2, there's growing evidence of a pattern emerging from people who are consuming large amounts of preserved food having unexplained estrogenic effects. And 3, there are 2 well-conducted studies that show that synthetic parabens are accumulating in our body. So, do they cause cancer? Well, that hasn't been proven yet. But why risk it? Parabens are no longer the preservative gods they once were. There are plenty of plant-based alternatives for cosmetics and paraben-free food alternatives. Yes, the alternatives cost more, but consumer choices create a lot of power. And when you know better, you can spend better. So, you can believe the hype. Parabens are canceled. Also, don't forget to check out our blog on our website, and we also have a really cool behind-the-scenes series of our business. You can check that out on Instagram and YouTube. Bye for now.